My name is Alexander Schlaubitz. I'm privileged to be the Vice President of Marketing for Lufthansa. Yeah, I think the most important thing when you approach a project of this magnitude and scale is that you have to kind of like ground yourself in where does this come from, you know? And we grounded ourselves in the truth that we're standing on the shoulders of giants. This brand has been designed so well by our predecessors and their predecessors that we were very humbled by this opportunity, and we knew that we had a really, really high benchmark that we needed to hit. So we went about this in a very, very deliberate way to make sure that we kept what was great about the brand. And then we also looked at some of the things that we could optimize because perhaps they weren't quite as contemporary anymore. And since the last time the brand was redesigned was about 30 years ago, it wasn't designed for a digital world. It was designed magnificently, but it was designed for a static world. The logo itself was developed in such a way that it actually didn't hold up on the smallest of digital screens. The color scheme needed to be investigated because not having had a leading color, we had used the colors yellow and blue almost at the same weight, meant that there were too many iterations and too many options. Why did we choose blue? As I used to say, you know, since we're trying to be premium, if you were to choose between a blue and a yellow suit ahead of your next job interview, most of us would use blue because it just conveys in our culture a different level of sophistication. So blue has become the leading color and yellow has kind of an emotional aspect of the brand. We want the customer to kind of like shine, and we are an enabler for different things. So we want to make sure everything is seamless, everything is smooth, everything is functional, so that they can actually enjoy what they came to do, which is to travel and have fascinating experiences. The other thing that we wanted to use this opportunity for was to make sure that people understood what is the purpose of Lufthansa, why do we think we exist, and why might that be meaningful. We wanted to keep building the narrative of travel is one of those things that in this life, in which everything is changing so fast, can actually create sustainable experiences. And as we were trying to investigate what should we say when we relaunch, and as we were having those conversations, one of the quotes that kept sticking in our heads was our CEO saying, in a way, it feels like airlines are one of the few good guys within globalization. Because in a world in which a lot of times when we think of globalization, we think of the negative impacts that it's having on our lives, we are actually the ones that bring people together. We transport 300,000 people a day into places. And when we do that, we don't just help individual lives, maybe we also keep driving a societal value against the isolationist tendencies that are popping up again. We're helping people open up to the world. And so we created a campaign that's called Say Yes to the World, which is exactly about that. It is about embracing where you can go, what can happen to you, why that might be important, especially in these times. It turns out we got blown away by the response to this campaign. Externally, it's gotten amazing reviews, but also from an internal perspective, we've never had a campaign around which all of our employees rallied so much, where they felt so recognized in what they do and why they do things, that we're actually going to change gears and we're going to make Life-Changing Places the ongoing campaign platform. And I think the CMO of the future needs to be a Chief Empathy Officer. I think we are, as marketeers, the ones that have the best opportunity to comprehend what people's needs are and what needs can be satisfied by either having a monetizable offer, but oftentimes also just being able to offer something to customers because we can and because we respect them and because we want to make sure that they keep coming back to us, making sure that people in every interaction feel like we have created a positive value exchange for them is going to be the thing that I think is going to make us successful in the future. So that's my story. Thank you for your attention. I really appreciate your time.